I'm the director of the Lightworker Musicians Tribe and the Million Kisses Foundation. Well, I want to ask you this question. Are you experiencing a lot of loss energy? So you might be experiencing loss of motivation, loss of income, loss of security, loss of purpose, loss of feeling connected, loss of having a schedule, loss of having something to do all day, lots of loss energy. So it's important to talk about this. I want to give you 3 insights of how to win during our current world events. And if it resonates with you, then you have a tool. You have a tool to go forward with in creating a new relationship with what's happening in the world. And if it resonates, then it is yours. And if it doesn't, then you can do what works best for you. But I want to offer my contribution to this. For anyone who's experiencing massive amounts of loss, what's happening is that you are on the frequency, you're on the plane of loss. And what happens on that frequency is that you spiral down and you get sucked into the stories of loss. You start to even vibrate at that level, so that anytime you get on social media or you're connecting with people, you're seeing loss everywhere and you're resonating with that because it's your story as well and it's your experience. And so you feel almost a comfort in hearing other people talk about their losses. It's this mentality of togetherness. But it's a tricky thing because it's all a vibration. So even though we get to validate that that's happening for you, there is most definitely a way to spiral out of the energy of loss, even with the current events happening in the world. So first of all, just having the acknowledgement and having the awareness that if you're experiencing a lot of loss, you want to honor those feelings, you want to honor the experience of loss. And then you're taking a stand, and it has to be a proactive stand to get off of that energetic field and onto another one, which feels almost impossible to do by yourself if you're feeling so much evidence around you that you are experiencing loss. So here's one of the things that happens. You start to feel very, very dissatisfied with what is. You start to feel very disconnected to another possible way that it can look different. So here's 3 places to begin that I want to offer this tribe. The first of all, this is only for those of you who want to get off the story of, I don't want to call it a story. Your story is actually your reality, the reality of loss. It's only if you decide that you want to make that proactive choice to get off of where you are, because I don't want to invalidate your feelings. If this is where you need to be, is that you feel honored and supported where you are with the loss, that's where I want to stay with you. And I do. And so the rest of this video is for those of you who say, okay, cool. I now am ready for something else and I'm looking for tools. Okay, so here it is. Here's 3 tools. Number 1 is that you want to use high frequency words, verbiage, vocabulary, and language. High frequency words. So I would say that even with all of the ways that the news is sharing about what's going on in the world, you are choosing words that are not found in the mainstream media. You're saying the only way that I ever talk about what's going on in the world is I use the words the current world events, because current world events is a very neutralized statement. And you all know what I'm talking about when I say current world events. But the words, the high frequency verbiage, can take me out of the fear, out of the morphogenic field of all of the places that can spiral me down. I'm not even going to use the words that you know that I could use right now. I want you to hear that you have alternatives in the way that you describe what's happening in the world. So in this tribe, at least me, I'm sharing in my tribe that we use the words current world events. Another way that you can talk about what's going on in the world, especially with light workers, is that this is the time of ascension. And also you can talk about global shifts happening. So the shifts, the transitions, but that only works with people who are with the like-mindedness of light workers. So with my family, with people who are scared, I talk about current world events. So yeah, the current world events are affecting me this way and that way and this way, but I'm never going to compromise. I don't want to compromise my high frequency vocabulary about the way that I'm discussing what's happening. And this is one way to get myself off of the spiraling down of the spirit and the energy of loss. Do you see? It starts with these tiny little shifts. Another really important thing is to stay connected with the big picture of who you are. So I go into that so often, so much, and there's a lot to say about that. But the big picture is that we talk about the third dimension going into the fifth dimension. We talk about that in this tribe a lot, and I'm very, very passionate about that so that you can get very educated. Talking about alchemy, the alchemic transformation. These may not make any sense to you right now, but just know that you have resources in here in this tribe that I offer the tribe for you to know the big picture about how your music medicine comes into the big picture. Your musical calling is most important now more than ever. So if you are getting lost in all of the loss of inspiration and motivation and creation, then you really want to connect and go deeper into the bigger picture of who you are. And you would want to reach out if this resonates with you, because you have resources available to you in this tribe specifically for our lightworker musicians, so that you don't have to stay on that field of loss all the time. The third tool that I offer you as a suggestion to get off of the frequency of loss and onto the spirit of adventure, the spirit of courage, the spirit of inspiration, is to gather with other lightworker musicians who know the big picture, who are getting educated about the big picture, who are gathering on our Zoom calls on a regular basis, right there in your room. And from your house, you want to gather and surround yourself with other people who are on your same journey, because everyone has been experiencing loss of some sort. Most people have been. So you have to choose who you surround yourself with. And in this tribe, it is very advantageous for your purpose, for your soul's calling, to surround yourself with other lightworker musicians who know these principles, who are creating, who are bringing and offering inspiration to one another. It could be one of the most life-changing experiences that you have during this current world event, that you get connected at a deeper level with others on your same path with you. In fact, I even want to offer something that one of our tribe sisters shared with me after our last call, just a couple, I think it was last week. She said, being connected with your tribe is like silk for the soul. And then she explained, this is just something that she wrote to me. She wasn't intending to share, but she gave me permission to share this with you, because I cannot even believe what a difference that call made for her, the Zoom call. She said, I haven't performed in a while, and I even was at a point where I now thought maybe I was meant to do something else. But after our call, I felt my whatever it takes bubbling up again, the spirit of whatever it takes. And then she said, I spontaneously decided to give a porch concert for the neighborhood, and I woke up today as a different person. I am on fire again. This is someone who in our tribe did not feel that fire for weeks and weeks. I was part of her journey during that time as well. She got on a call, and because of the high frequency that we have on those calls, surrounding her with these high frequency verbiage and vocabulary, and also the inspiration of others who are seeing the big picture, she was able to get back on track with what's good for her and what she wants to do. And I did not ask her to share that, but I am so grateful that she gave me permission to, because tribe, this is being offered to you. If you're feeling that spirit of loss, you don't have to experience that. It does not have to look that way. This could actually be the era of your life that you feel the most motivated, the most creative, the most inspired. And it's up to you what you want to do with this era and what you want to do with the current world events. So those are my three part solution to begin to shift loss into winning and that new spirit. So for those of you who are interested in being part of our Zoom calls, for those of you who want the resources I offer in specifically that way, private message me and I will get you the same results that this sister has and those others who are on that call. Sending love to my tribe as always, and I look forward to being in touch with you one-on-one. Lots of love till the next video.